throw some football!
Let's go, baby. Monday Night Football.
Woo!
They fall in line, one at a time, ready to play. I can see them anyway. No time to lose, we've got to move. Steady your hand. Fire your guns, it's time to run. Show me the way.
Pressure, and he's hit from behind. The scoop, they score.
We'll survive.
Manning launching the deep ball, throws up and brings it in. McGowan right through. Touchdown. Deep ball. Cut it. That'll make him feel good. Devin Hester, the punter to beat. All the way.
What a pleasure it is to welcome all of you back inside the Louisiana Superdome.
The pressure comes and he goes down. Intercepted. Another shot for Jennings. Overthrown and intercepted. It's no good.
Only the strongest will survive. Lead me to heaven where we die. I have a shadow on the wall. I'll be the one to save us all. Save us
Welcome, Cajun Sports Radio. It is Monday, October the 29th, and we're excited to be here. Dad, are you with?
Hey, my boy. Happy to be on the show. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, we thought what we would do. We couldn't do the show last week, so we
I'm
figured do a Monday
excited,
edition. Yeah, very excited. And what we're not excited about, though, Dad, is me and you got to watch it together, the debacle in Denver last night. That was, I just read something, Dad.
What's that?
The Saints over 6. Okay, hold on. I have it written down right here. They have given up 2,793 total yards. That is the most yardage ever given up by a team in 6 games. That in NFL history.
Wow.
We have the worst defense in NFL history. How you like that?
Wow. That's huge. Good
Can you
stat
believe
there,
that?
Lane. I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was that bad. Dang. That's horrible. They tried the first half.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
the first half, they tried. But they ran out of guys there, Lane. The defense stayed on the field too long. Way too long.
Hey, I liked Vitt's post game. Did you? I liked his. I think he did good with the media.
Oh, yeah. He said he ain't got no magical dust.
Exactly. He said that too many people thought.
Right.
Yeah. Too many people thought that when he came in, it was gonna make that a big difference. He said,
That's
and
right.
he said that they really, he kind of threw himself underneath the bus. He said they overlooked, with the problems that are on defense, but something you said last night, I'm giving you 100% credit. We're watching a game. They were around the 45-yard line. Second quarter. Well, it was the second quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah, sure was. Second quarter. Mm-hmm.
It's a 7-7 ball game. Or it might have been late first. Regardless, it was 7-7. And 4th and 2 comes up. And all of a sudden, we're not paying attention because we're thinking they're about to punt. I think we were eating. I don't know what we were doing.
No, you was on the couch. I was on the recliner. I come out the recliner. I said, "What's going on, Lane?"
And all of a sudden, we seen them line up to run a play.
I thought they were just trying to get them off sides, but they went with it. They went with it.
And, Chris, and I respect Chris Collinsworth's commentary. I always have. You know that.
Oh, yeah.
But
He's good.
But he claimed, and I didn't agree with him this time, though. He claimed that you might as well give – what's the difference in giving Peyton Manning the ball at the 20 or the 45? But something
momentum,
that you said –
momentum, Lane.
It wasn't the yardage. It was the momentum.
The momentum changed. I text Uncle Scott. He never answered me back. I don't know what the deal. When that 4th and 2, when they went for it, that changed the whole game right there, Lane. That was it. It wasn't because, give Peyton Manning. No. It was the momentum. They should have never did that. Then they put the defense back on the field.
And it's coming to a point, Herm Edwards said something last night on ESPN that I completely agree with. He said that it's to a point to where Breeze is so scared to put that defense back on the field that he's forcing himself. He's trying to put the whole thing on his back.
No, he can't.
And it's just not working.
We need to run the ball more. We need to do a lot of changes. I just hope all you Saints fans like me and everybody else, we knew it. If we knew this year was going to be a tough one. But it's just, now, right before that, Lane, wasn't when they passed that pass to Henderson. That would have changed everything. That was a beautiful pass.
And you know what? I'm glad.
Stuff like that, they ran out of guys early.
And, Dad, I'm glad you brought that up because you're right. We were playing neck and neck with them defensively.
Yeah.
We were stopping the run. All of a sudden, Breeze throws a deep pass to Henderson, and I'm not going to lie. At first, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But you're right, Dad. That was huge, him dropping that. That was a big play.
You can't do stuff like that over there. On a Sunday night, over there in Denver, you got Peyton Manning waiting to get on the field. They're going to give you so many chances. I told you that.
And that's
I called that game early. I said, Lane, there's something wrong here.
And that's the thing. And Bobby Hebert said this. I listened to his halftime on the way back home.
Yeah.
It was 17-7 at half, which to me the game was won at half. But it was 17-7. And Bobby said, okay, this is normal for Denver to have 17 points. But how in the hell, this was supposed to be a shootout.
Yep.
You cannot just put
not a shootout.
Yeah. You cannot just put 7 points on the board at half and expect. I mean, we didn't put up our part on offense either.
Nope.
And I'm not saying, believe me, everybody wants to talk about how bad the Saints defense is. I'm not saying that the defense, it's not the defense's fault because it is. But I'm just saying that this defense, we've noticed this, that over the last few weeks, when the offense steps up, it seems like that defense will make some key plays late.
That's right.
At a point, the defense wasn't getting off the field at one point. I just think the offense wasn't helping the defense out at all.
Nope. And you know what? Breeze said it. After the game, he talked, and he come out and said it. The defense, that's our fault. We kept the defense on the field.
They stayed on the field, especially if you look.
Yeah.
Around the third quarter, between the late second and third quarter, they stayed on the damn field.
They stayed on the field.
And we had a chance at one point to make some momentum. I remember we were down. It was, don't get me wrong, it was 24-7, but we could have came back.
Sure.
Just no effort on offense, I have to say. I was not impressed with the receivers, and I'm not blaming it on Breeze. A lot of this to me is on these receivers. I know.
Receivers plus, how about the running game, man? What's going on with that?
Well, it came to a point to where we gave up on it. We were getting blown off the field, so we had to. I mean, we were getting beaten so bad that we had to abandon it, and that's what's bad about this team. You remember? You go back. You like to always bring up 09. We would always, for the most part, keep it close and we would control the game. Even when we were down big, we wouldn't give up on the run. We would have some type of running game.
That's right.
It's just not.
That's right.
It's non-existent this year, Dad. It's just.
Nah, we got problems, and we won. We went back to back. We got all excited. We beat the Chargers, and boy, we go. And Tampa Bay is not a bad team.
Not a bad football team.
That, but Tampa Bay went over there and beat them. That was close. Thank God that he caught it out of bounds anyway at the end. That was a close game. Now we got the Eagles coming up.
Which they got their own problems going on right now.
They got that problem, but they're going to shine.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to shine. Vic is going to have his best game in New Orleans.
If he starts.
Huh?
That's if he starts.
Yeah. Then after that, you know, and as much as I don't want to talk about it, Atlanta Falcons. Boy, they are playing some ball, Lane.
And and we're going to have a straight section talking about with the teams that you were really impressed with in the NFL. Because, and you keep saying how much you like this Atlanta team, and you look at what they, and you know what's very interesting? They went to Philadelphia Sunday, right? They were in Philly. Philly's been struggling. Do you know that they were underdogs going into Philadelphia Sunday?
Oh, yeah, they were.
They were underdogs.
They were underdogs. Mm-hmm.
As bad as, and that's what they were saying on TV. They really haven't gotten any respect, Atlanta. Nobody's talking about them. This is the team that usually,
it looks like us in 09. I keep saying that.
But the thing is,
they make it happen.
You look exactly. They're making plays. They're making plays on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
But we're gonna get to them later. Let's keep it here with the Saints, and I know it's disappointing. Did you see any difference with Joe Vick? Did you? I know that's a dumb question with us getting blown off the field. Did you see any good thing? Other than, to me, the press conference. That's the only good thing I've seen out of Joe Vick.
Lane, I think, I don't know what I think no more. All I know, like I told you last night, they should have just left it. We was 2 games back to back, and they throw Joe in like he's going to pull, a miracle. And he said it again.
Yep,
he said it last night. He can't pull a miracle. He sees what's going on. They all see it. It's not there.
I posted this thing on the computer last night, and it said, "Thank you, Roger Goodell. You're going to get what you wanted."
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
He really did. He's the one.
You're going to get what you wanted.
They can all say what they want.
And I hate to keep blaming the man, but the problem is you don't take out a head coach, and I don't want to be one of them whining fans, but I'm just telling like it is. You don't suspend a head coach for a year, which never happened before, and not expect them to have a bad year. He wanted us to have a bad year, Dad. I mean, come on.
Sure. The NFL wanted us. They didn't want to see a home team break a record and go to the have the home game advantage for the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't think it was much as that, even though it might have something to do with it. I just think it was Roger Gill trying to say, hey, I have power. And I'm saying, hey, y'all aren't going to do anything. Y'all aren't going to do good this year. And
maybe so.
This whole bounty, let's just go ahead and say it. I know we hate talking about it. This whole bounty thing has just been a damn disaster ever since this came out. Let's just be honest. It's been a disaster ever since this came out. And we're feeling the effects right now.
Did we talk about it last time, about them players that bought the box seats over there following suit against them?
No. Go with that. I don't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm. The ticket holders, the big money, that bought season tickets. Listen well.
That came out in the summer. Yeah.
No, but they're bringing it back out.
Okay.
A class action lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? They trying it again because they're mad, see?
And
I know they said it earlier, but now they're pushing it. They're pushing it hard right now. What good does that do with the Saints? It won't. I'm just saying. They're pushing it.
You look at some of the things, the sloppiness going on, and just things you see offensively that we wouldn't do with Sean Payton. You know what I mean? It's just things that you're seeing go on that you just wouldn't see, out of Sean. Right. And it's just been a disastrous season. We knew we had a feeling that this would happen. It's to a point now, And the thing is, here's the thing: we get a winning streak going.
2 games.
We get a nice little 2. Hey, that was a winning streak for us.
2 games.
We win 2 games.
It's sad, isn't it?
We get it going, and you want to know an interesting stat too? This was Peyton Manning's first win over a big name quarterback, besides Ben Roethlisberger earlier in the year. I'm talking,
right?
Besides Ben Roethlisberger, this is his first win over a big, because he lost to Matt Ryan,
Right.
You know, he
right.
lost to Atlanta. He lost to Houston. He lost to Tom Brady in New England. You know. All I'm
we
saying.
knew he'd shine. I knew that.
And the sad thing is, if you have time, Saints fans, go look at that schedule that we have left. Just go peek at it. It's not going to get any easier.
It don't get easier.
I know we have these fans saying that we should lose our games on purpose for the draft pick. No. You know, we got to compete. We got to compete here. We got to at least try to salvage something. And we're not calling for the season. It's just not there. It's just, you know that.
Yeah, you know, real quick, you know, we got Philadelphia, then we got Atlanta, then at Oakland, then you got San Francisco, then you got at Atlanta, at New York, Tampa Bay, you know, then Dallas and Carolina. Yeah, we can't just throw in the towel.
And we will beat a big team somewhere down the line. I don't know who, but we will win a game later.
Yeah.
I circled that 49er game because I think we're going to want some revenge from the playoffs last year. I'm excited for that.
That 49er game is what, Lane? Home or away?
I don't have the schedule.
That make a big deal.
Oh, it's in New Orleans? Look for that one to be an upset. I don't know what's going on in New Orleans. And, you know, late that game, Vitt wanted to pull Breeze out, even though he was about to take a knee. Vitt wanted Breeze not to go in. He wanted to let Chase Daniels take the knee. And Breeze did like, no, I'm not going to let Daniels go down with the sinking ship. It was my fault. Right. I'm going to take that final knee. And to me, that showed a lot about Breeze. You know, he kept not wanting to quit. He kept playing and playing and playing. But it all can't. I understand a quarterback's the whole team for the most part. I understand that I'm not the whole team, but he's your leader and everything. But he can't do it all by himself. You know?
No. I think he's forcing a lot of throws last night. Mm-hmm. He kept forcing it in the first half until it's coming, and it was coming, an interception. I think he's putting the whole load, like you said earlier, on him, and that ain't good. You can't do that. You can't put the whole load on you. When you start doing that, you're going to mess up. And that's what's happening. He wants to put the whole load on him.
And I agree. But I'll tell you what we're gonna do here real quick.
You can't do that.
No. You can't.
Nope.
This was just a bad performance. We don't have the film study out, but I mean it don't take too much film study to see what happened.
Yeah.
But look, what we're gonna do here, a little while we're gonna take a break. We're gonna preview a little bit of that LSU Alabama game, and then we'll break. We'll talk about what happened in the rest of the NFL, and we might talk about the Saints later on the show. Quick 2-second break, Dad, and we'll be right back.
Okay, my boy. Okay.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio. Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
Welcome back to Cajun Sports Radio, and I always forget to say, but we are presented by Best Bike ATV. You can check them out at bestbikeatv.com. All right, Dad, let's run through some quick college notes. All right. What everybody wants to talk about. Let's update the BCS standings. For those of you who don't know, Alabama State at 1. Kansas State, who looked unbelievable, they went to 2.
Right.
Notre Dame, who didn't look bad. If anybody got to watch them play Oklahoma Saturday night, they moved to 3. Oregon, who was mad, Dad, they go to they stay at 4.
Because they ain't playing nobody, but I don't know.
I guess it's their level. It's the computers that are killing them. It's their level of competition. And LSU, who was idle this week, goes to 5, which sets up conveniently a top 5 matchup this Saturday with Alabama. And Georgia, real quick, they go to 6. Florida moves to 7, and South Carolina goes up to 8, which I was surprised about.
Yep.
2-loss team, Dad, in 8th place. But
well, I didn't know this. I found out today that ESPN, they moved it where they're going to be in Baton Rouge all day.
Yeah.
Because of the
game
USC loss. Listen to this now. I didn't know this. They changed it for prime time. I thought the LSU game was going to be prime time anyway.
It was. It's on CBS.
Huh?
It's on CBS. They've been having it planned for weeks. They've been advertising it for weeks. It's prime. It's not ESPN. It's prime time CBS.
It's prime time.
Yeah, it's been planned. They're talking about game day. That's what they're talking about.
That's what they're talking about. Game day. Okay.
Yeah, because the USC or Oregon game, that's not going to be on ESPN either. That's going to be on Fox. But see, Fox they get the Pac-12 now. But
right.
That ought to be interesting. We get to see what the Ducks are about on that one. USC, of course, did lose. Okay,
That's
Alabama,
gonna be a good one.
this Saturday, I'm tired of trying to hide it. I was hoping that Mississippi State hung with them early. But my God, Mississippi State couldn't stop them on offense. They couldn't do anything on defense.
Oh, no.
Alabama.
I thought it would be a better game than that. Well, Alabama's tough, man.
Anytime you think that the spread is wrong for Alabama and they're not going to cover it, don't ever. I've learned this a long time ago. Don't ever bet against Saban when he's heavily favored. When it doesn't look like he should be favored that much. He was favored by 20-something points, and I've learned this a long time ago. Don't ever bet against him in a game like that because he's going to cover. He's going to find a way to cover. Oh, you look at history. They got the job done. The public was all on Mississippi State to cover that spread. Not to win, but to cover the spread.
I thought.
You could just tell Mississippi State just didn't have the juice to stay with them.
Oh, no. They didn't have the no. And I was fooled again. I thought they'd give Alabama a game.
We all did.
They didn't.
They were number 11 in the country, Dad. I mean, we all kind of thought they did.
And they just that Alabama is tough.
I tell you what, though, I did see some. Oh, go ahead, Dad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to go back to the ESPN College game day. Crew will be in Baton Rouge because this will be the third straight LSU-Alabama game with college game on hand since USC lost to Arizona yesterday. The LSU-Alabama game will be nation-only top 10 matchup. I'll be dog. That USC threw everything off.
Well, yeah, because if USC would have won, it would have gave another top matchup between USC and Oregon.
That's right. Funny how you look at all that, honey.
Well, they go to the better game. But see, ESPN was caught because they're not doing neither one of those games.
That's
CBS
right.
is doing our game and Fox is doing the other game, so they're caught. They don't like to take game day to games where they're not doing it, but they didn't have a choice on this one. They can't wait. They're gonna be in Baton Rouge. People are gonna be pumped.
They like that, and it's like you say, it's gonna be a good game. Tell you what surprised me, that Georgia and Florida game. That was a good game.
Was that not a knockout, drag-out fight? That was the SEC game of the year. That was a bloodbath. I'm telling you that right now in Jacksonville. That was a bloodbath.
That was a bloodbath. That was a good game. I watched the whole game.
Oh, yeah. That was the SEC game of the year.
I watched the whole game.
And let me tell you something. Now, Georgia, they control their own destiny.
That's
they got
right.
one loss. They can win out, win the SEC championship. They would be a possible national champ. And I tell you what, if they play ball like they did Saturday, their team you better watch out for. And you can go back, Dad. I've said this, that a lot of people were taking stuff They were taking a lot out of Georgia because they got blown out by South Carolina. But you got to look. They were in South Carolina. Game day was there. They lost all the momentum. You know what I mean? They were just from behind. But one quick statement.
That makes a big difference.
Makes a huge difference, and that's why I like LSU Saturday night. And I know it's crazy. That's exactly why I like LSU Saturday night. You look at, I'm telling you right now, I know Alabama might have blew out Mississippi State. Mississippi State's going to give LSU problems. I looked at some things that Mississippi State did offensively that I think LSU's going to have problems with stopping.
Well, what? Texas A&M getting problems.
And that's what they were talking on. Of all things, on Walton and Johnson this morning, they were talking about LSU. And they were saying the same thing, that it's like they're struggling on things that they shouldn't be struggling with. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. While we're on that, we're not going to talk too much about LSU now. We go back to it. I wanted to mention this to you. How about that Texas A&M 63, Auburn 17 or 21, one of them? What was that about?
Let me tell you what that's about.
63 points.
Auburn is completely, and that makes LSU look bad that they had problems with Auburn. But
that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I mentioned it.
And let me tell you now, Auburn is terrible. They have not won an SEC game. They're calling for Chiswick's job. A lot of people are saying the only reason why he did what he did, that he won the national championship, was because of your boy, Cam Newton.
No, but that's why. He had the talent.
He had
He had Newton right there.
Yeah.
Plus others.
Oh, I bet you Cam Newton wishes he can go back to Auburn, but
them days are done. You know,
now they're calling for Chiswick's job, but
now that Ole Miss, that was a good one. That Ole Miss
Arkansas
was 30 in Arkansas. Yeah, see Arkansas too. See, everybody's just counting. How about you worried about the Alabama game and all? Let me tell y'all something. After I seen what LSU been pulling off, barely pulling these games off. Say we do beat Alabama. Okay, we beat Alabama. Yay. We still got a lot of football left. You know?
By the way, we have a comment from a Jay Grimes. He says, I love your show. How do you get that good intro in the beginning? It was just some things that we worked out on the producer end. We Dad and I, do some good things with the audio version, and we just we went in the lab and got the job done.
Appreciate it. Appreciate the invite on that one.
How do you call in to be the show? Give us your number and we can call you, Jay. It's through Skype. Yeah, I tell you what, Jay, go ahead and give me your number. I can call you, and we'll take a question from right now. Would be the time to do it before we switch segments. It is Monday Night Football tonight. So, Jay, go ahead, and if you want to be on the show, just give me a number. I'll call you right now, and we do it through Skype.
That's right.
But on point, here's the thing. For LSU to beat Alabama, what do they have to do? One, Mettenberger has to not beat himself. And against A&M, we didn't get to have a show after the A&M game, Dad. He overthrew receivers terribly in that game.
Horrible, man.
He cannot do that against Alabama, because let me tell you something. They're going to stack the box. Just like they did the first time, and just like they did in the national championship, and like Florida did. Florida did the same thing. They stacked the box.
That's
and
right.
forced us to throw the ball, and that's what scares me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But,
and that's what's good.
You look at it, what would it take to beat Alabama? You keep looking at it. The way we've been playing, they better play some football. Because I'm telling you, LSU has not impressed me, and I told that to you and Jason last show. It done got worse from then. Yeah. LSU has not impressed me this year yet.
Mm-hmm.
I know. And like I know. I know it's a home crowd and all.
I just go back.
Step up. A whole bunch of them got to step up.
Now, a lot of people
ain't been playing. Hey, you notice how they come back the second half? Mm-hmm. That won't happen with Alabama.
No.
Alabama's gonna come out wide open.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, a lot of people like to say, "Well, look what we did against South Carolina." South Carolina, we were able to run the ball. We're not gonna be able to run the ball like that, I don't think, against Alabama. Mettenberger, I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you right now, Mettenberger. All right, Jay wants me to let us know, Jay, when I have your number, when you want us to give you a call. But we're gonna stay on this subject and until you give us okay. But here's the way I look at it. Mettenberger, you're about to earn your scholarship Saturday. Either you're going to earn it or you're going to disappoint. One of the two. Your whole season and your whole LSU career is right here Saturday night. It's all right there. We need Mettenberger Saturday, Dad. We need him.
That's right. That's right. It's going to take him plus to do something.
And the defense.
Because you got to have. They're going to have to throw the ball. Throw the ball.
All right, let's tell you what. Let's make things interesting here. Let's get old Jay Grimes in, Dad. You want to talk to old Jay Grimes?
Yeah, who's that, Lane? You ever been on the show?
No clue, but we're gonna give old Jay Grimes.
Okay, well, call him.
Yeah, we take call-ins all the time on the show.
Sure.
Hold on here. Go ahead if you want. If you got something to say, Dad, go ahead while I rig this up.
Yeah. I was just reviewing some scores here. We talked about Texas A&M and Auburn, Missouri, poor old Kentucky. But like I said, Kentucky don't have no. They all in basketball. Everybody knows that. You had Vanderbilt 49, Massachusetts 7. I just pressed it real quick on some scores.
Good job.
But what I enjoyed, and it was a bloodbath, was the Georgia and Florida right before half. Florida threw it, Georgia intercepted it in the end zone. I said right there, they're going to play some ball. They came out the second half and never let up. I'm going to tip my hat to Georgia because let me tell you something, they played some football, and that was a game. I enjoyed it.
Florida, man, they turned the ball over. I said that Saturday, man. Florida beat themselves. I know both teams turned the ball over, but, man, Florida had some bad. But then again, you got to credit Georgia's defense. I agree with you.
That's what I think to tell you, Lane. The defense, they never let up on them.
Real quick, Dan.
Florida come out there thinking they were just going to come out there and, just.
Okay, we are now calling Jay Grimes. We don't know anything about Jay Grimes, so let's see what old Jay Grimes is about here on Cajun Sports Radio.
Hello?
Jay Grimes.
Yes.
How you doing?
Good.
All right, you on Cajun Sports Radio. You follow the game of football by any chance?
Wait, what'd you say again?
Do you follow football?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well.
How you doing, Jay? This is Coyote. Good.
It's Coyote Brew. That's a legend right there. Any questions you had for us, or any comments you wanted to make?
Okay. What team do you think will win the BCS championship?
Honestly, I think it's very simple, and this
Good
might
question.
not be. And I think it's a great question. I think it's very simple, and I understand it might be a bloodbath between these teams beating each other up, but I think it's going to be a one-loss SEC team for them, or Alabama. It's either going to be an Alabama undefeated team or a one-loss SEC team versus, I'd like to see Notre Dame or Oregon, Jay, but I like this Kansas State team too. I really do. But we still have a lot of football left. If I had to pick two teams, because I know that was your question, I would say right now, as a football fan, I'd say Alabama, and I'll say Notre Dame, because Notre Dame has the easiest path.
They shocked me. Notre Dame finally showed me they could play some ball. So,
oh, yeah. And they look good against Oklahoma. And, Dad, go ahead and what is your project? Who do you think will end up in?
But I think it will be Oregon and Alabama.
Hey, that's a great point, That's a good pick.
Great call there.
And, the thing is, Oregon this week will be tested by USC. If they can blow out USC like they've been blowing out everybody else, I'm all over Oregon. I really am. But we'll see what happens.
I don't think they're giving credit to Oregon. The Ducks as much as they should. I told Lane that the other day. Oregon has been playing some good ball.
Yes.
As a football fan. Yep. Real good ball.
And you look back, though, and I know why. This is why they're not getting credit, guys. You look back to 2010, the year that they played Auburn in the national championship. They dominated all year, struggled when they played an SEC team. You look back to last year, LSU blows them out of the stadium in Jerry World in Dallas.
That's right. The first game of the season.
Exactly, and they dominated the rest of their schedule, other than that game, So
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why they're not getting the credit, guys. They're not. They really haven't played anybody. They really haven't. But
Okay,
What do you think about that LSU game Saturday, did you?
Oh yeah, good. Yeah, like that game was good.
Do what?
Will you have any questions for us? Any other questions?
Oh no, I'm good.
All right, Jay. Well, we appreciate it. We really appreciate you listening. Where are you from, Jay?
Virginia.
Virginia. Okay. You a Hokies fan or a?
What happened?
What's that?
Never mind.
All right, Jay. Well, appreciate the call.
Calling in.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks for listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Jay Grimes. Nice call in, Dad.
Yeah, real good call. He knows the game and all, and he had a good time with the Ducks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, and we appreciate it. Well, hurry up and let's run through some more college football real quick. We'll talk more about the LSU-Alabama game, and then we're going to take a quick break and go to NFL. But, okay, honestly, have you got to watch Kansas State play yet, Dad?
No, I haven't. No, I watched the highlights and all, but as far as watching the game, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't been.
And it's hard.
No,
it really is.
I've
It's a Saturday. Only people like me who have nothing else better to do watch stuff like this. The only reason why I like Notre Dame to make it is because who they play. All they got left is USC. That's their only tough game left. If they can, not blow it, because Notre Dame is known for blow it. They're going to get a bid because they're going to be so happy to take Notre Dame. You know that. The BCS is going to love.
Notre Dame has always been. It's always been Notre Dame.
And who else?
They did play some good ball. Now they are that coach, man.
Very good coaching, and they have some talent. And they're playing with a freshman quarterback who's unbelievable. So is Oregon. Look at Oregon too, as good as they play with Masadi or however you pronounce it. He's a freshman quarterback too.
Sure, they all produce. Mm-hmm. Look at Louisiana Tech's quarterback. They all produce quarterbacks. And I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't want to hear we put in the SEC. How, as big of a school LSU is, why can't we produce a quarterback?
Yeah, I agree. We've struggled. And,
you want these other teams that keep saying SEC. Well, you got Mr. Johnny Football. I like him. With Texas A&M, he
I love Johnny
made Mettenberger. I hope he was embarrassed because I'm telling you, he threw the ball so much. Let's give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I agree. Johnny Football, not only did he do it in the air, but, man, he did it on the ground, too. And you know what?
Sure.
Let me tell you something. You look at maybe one or two things going the other way, we almost lost that football game.
Almost lost it.
We almost lost it.
We did almost lose it. They had us 14-0 before we could even look at the game. That's what people don't understand, man. LSU is not what, you know what I mean? We just been trying to, the defense is winning the games for LSU.
I agree. I completely agree. And you know what else I'm going to agree with?
It's not the offense.
I'm going to agree with something else that you said. One, we all had high hopes for Mettenberger, right? Me included.
Oh, I did. Oh.
Me included.
That was a cat in the sack, and I figured I hit that one right. But let me tell you something. It just ain't there, bro. Sorry.
And this is what we love about you, Coyote. You tell it like it is. This is what people always ask for. We don't want you to hold back.
No.
Here's the thing. I understand we don't have the weapons that we used to at receiver, right? I can't be argued with.
Right.
But you look at Saturday's game against A&M last Saturday.
Yeah.
You look, and even Greasy, the guy that was doing the commentary in the booth, Brian Greasy, he was even saying, oh, my God, he's overthrowing his receivers by 5 yards.
He's not even close.
In fact, that one, you remember that touchdown? The receiver had to basically hop. I mean, and I understand he's a receiver. He's supposed to do that. I understand that, but
yeah.
I'm going to tell you one thing, Mettenberger, if you're listening, which you're not. Let's go ahead and say you're not listening, but your whole career at LSU is on the line Saturday night. Everything that people will say about you.
That's right.
And by the way, I heard he's very cocky, and I heard he's not a nice guy. But everything...
He looks like he could be like that.
I heard that he is not a nice guy at all. I go back to when people were asking... I'm go back to the spring game, not last year, Dad, but 2 years ago.
You were there.
People ask... I've been to the last 2 spring games. People asking him, Dad, for autographs, and I promise on everything, he would say no and look the other way.
Oh, my God. He ought to be giving autographs. Quick, he ought to be standing outside the stadium every evening giving autographs. Let me tell you something. You know, I don't know what kind of attitude this kid got.
Yes.
But whoever's listening, I don't care. All I know is, I'll say what credit's due. He is not the quarterback that we all thought he was. Even last year, now I see why Miles didn't put him in. Yep. Put him in. You know, we still had nothing.
We all said it.
You know, we still had nothing. Now I see why. Everybody keeps saying put in Rivers. Okay, you're going to put Rivers in.
It's a freshman.
Can you imagine if so? I can't question Miles no more. I can't say nothing. We cannot produce a quarterback. What does Uncle Randy say about all this? He keeps up with LSU more than me. What does he say about the quarterback?
And I haven't talked to him. Yeah, he's been disappointed in him too. But I'm gonna say something else. On ESPN Saturday night, you know, with Lou Holtz and that whole bunch, they were talking about LSU's passing game last year, and they're talking about the defenses they went against. Do you realize they showed the passing numbers and the turnovers? When you combine Jarrett Lee and Mr. Smoke Weed All Day there, George Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
When you compare, hold on now, let's talk football. Let's leave all that to the side. You combine their stats were completely better. I'm talking their completion percentage. They weren't turning the ball over. They weren't throwing picks. Not till that LSU game, you see that Jarrett Lee started throwing picks. But all I know is you look at the level of competition that LSU has played and what he's done. And the level of competition, Dad, besides, well, we lost to Florida, so, and South Carolina, we really haven't played anybody. Come on, let's tell it like it is. I understand A&M's good, but we had problems with A&M. I mean, we struggled
with A&M? Well, we had problems with everybody.
Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, we struggled. Yeah, we struggled with these Division II teams and these LSU right now. I'm telling you now, if Mettenberger stinks it up Saturday night, there's going to be some mad fans. There's going to be some pissed off fans in Tiger City.
It's going to be very, very ugly. First thing, we're going to get out coached, people. That's number one. We're going to get out coached. So let's just sit back and say we're going to get out coached. That's number one.
That's a given. That's a given. We want to go ahead and say it. That's a given.
We're going to get out coached. That's number one. Number two, I know we had a week off. Good deal. What's saving us? We're playing in Tiger Stadium.
Right, at night.
At night. Well, listen, they're going to have to step up. You know, let's put all that on the side or whatever. You know, LSU's known to slack off with easy teams and play football with big teams, just like the Carolina. You know what I mean? They've seen that in Florida. They said it was too hot. They were burned out, whatever.
Why can't I understand this? Why can't LSU play during the day? They just don't play football during the day.
Alabama can. They can play during the day. They can play whatever time you want them to play.
They'll play it. They'll kick the ball off at 3 o'clock in the morning if you want them to.
Yeah.
They'll kick the ball off.
We're looking at advantages and disadvantages. Quarterback, Alabama, advantage.
Okay.
Receiver, advantage, Alabama. The receivers, I could go through that, but I'm not. Running back, we do have advantage on that.
I don't know.
You know that. Advantage.
I think it's about equal. You think?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
LSU got advantage on running back.
Okay, I agree.
Quarterback
I'll go with
and
you.
Receiver, no.
How about defensively?
Defense? I'd have to go with LSU.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We got a defense lane.
I know.
No offense.
And they're not getting the credit.
You need to take a break. You need to take a commercial break.
Okay, we will, but this is going too good. Hold on. And I got you on fire right now. I got to keep you rolling. You're on a good rant. This is what people ask for. They want you to tell it like it is. We're not stopping. Hold on. Here's the thing, Dad. And I love what you just did, breaking down the matchups, because that's what you did, and that's very good. You broke down the matchups between what we got. What happens? All right, we kick the ball off. Everybody's going nuts in Tiger Stadium. What happens if it's like an A-N game and we go down 14-0? Is the game over with? Is it
If
over?
Alabama put 14 on us, quick,
Quick 14 points.
we got problems, Lane. We got
very big
problems.
problem.
We got
And-
problems.
Now, let me tell you something else. A.J. McCarron, I understand he has a good running game and good defense. If you have not got a chance, by the way, he's a Heisman. He has not thrown an interception since last year.
That's something.
Since last year, he hasn't thrown a pick. If you have
Unbelievable
not
what
got a
they're able to
chance,
produce.
if you have not got a chance to watch, I think this is the best quarterback Saban's ever had. If you have not got a chance to watch this kid throw, go watch him. Dad, his passes are right on point, and I'm tired of hearing he's in the SEC. No, he looks good. I'm tired of hearing that. He's a good quarterback. I'm with you, Dad. There are good quarterbacks in the SEC.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they do.
I mean, look
They're
at
Florida. South. I wish we had South Carolina.
Shaw.
Oh, I like him. Lane, did you want to talk about the running back that got hurt?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is
I'm probably with him and all on that one. I had to say that.
Saturday.
But it's not as bad as we thought. He will be back, and explain to him, Lane. But maybe sitting out, red shirt or whatever you told me.
Well, Lattimore Saturday. I was watching the game. I don't know. Dad was keeping up with it. South Carolina was playing Tennessee. Good game. South Carolina was playing good ball. Lattimore was having a great game, and he takes a hard hit by two players to the knee. Sad. I know a lot of you seen it. I heard commentators who have been involved in the game for years with ESPN and with other networks, including Tim Brando for CBS, who's been involved with college football for years, said that he has never seen things like he's seen that day. Tennessee came over, the whole team. Tennessee now, and all wished them the best, and they all felt sorry for him. Even the other team, Dad, felt sorry for him.
That's right.
He was crying.
God,
he was.
dang,
And
his mama was in his mama was there. God.
What's going to happen? It ended up being a dislocated knee, which doesn't mean it's good, but it could have been a whole lot worse. He's had ACL. He just recovered from an ACL injury.
Here's the thing. His left.
Exactly.
His left leg.
Good. Great. You're exactly right, Dad. I didn't remember what leg it was. Thank you.
It was his left one. Yep.
Here's the thing.
That's what they were talking about. They said that, it was something to see the crowd and both teams show. Really touching reminder that the guys on the field, on the sideline, is not enemies like everybody thinks.
Oh no,
they were worthy of the respect.
Exactly.
That came from Steve Spurrier.
Now,
that's exactly what he said.
And let me tell you, when the ball is snapped, just like in the NBA or any other sport, these guys get along until that ball is in play. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's time to play ball. Now,
like some robots.
Real quick, exactly. Not to go off subject, but they talk about in fights. Georgia, Florida, man, they were at each other's throat. It got so bad in that game that they warned both benches that if any type of smack talking kept going on, that they were going to start ejecting people. It got so bad they were fighting when they came out of the tunnel. These teams are big rivals.
Yeah, you're right about that. Wow.
Which the SEC doesn't go for that. They don't like that. The SEC is not going to go for that. Now, get back on subject. Lattimore is a junior, true junior. He has not used a red shirt yet. So what's going to happen is he's going to be done for this year. What Spurrier is going to ask him to do, now he can do what he wants. He's going to ask him to use a red shirt next year to give himself plenty of time to recover and then come back in 2014. He would come back as 2014 as a senior. And honestly, I think that'd be the right thing to do. Take a year off,
Yeah, that's a long road for the poor fella.
That is.
They just keep knocking him down. He was up for the, you know what I mean?
He was up for the Heisman. He was.
For the Heisman.
He was up for the Heisman.
All.
Last year, too.
When that happened, I was like, God damn.
And that's what's sad. I was, too, because last year he was going for the Heisman and he got hurt. Poor thing. And NFL teams, I hate to say this, NFL teams see that. They're not going to bring a kid in. But, You look at Deuce McAllister. When he was at Ole Miss, he stayed hurt. And look what he did. Nobody thought that he could recover from the injuries he had at Ole Miss. Remember that? Right. He stayed hurt at Ole Miss. And when the Saints drafted him, me and you were like, what are they doing? We had Ricky Williams at the time, but that's off subject. But
hey, I just want to tell y'all something real quick. Mettenberger has completed 112 out of 198 attempts, 1,419 yards, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's ranked 79th in the country. Wow.
That's sad for a top program like LSU.
God dang. I didn't know that.
Mettenberger?
79th in the country. Can you imagine?
That's and what it is. Like and you made it a comment that I love to say, and you're not a guy to back up Les Miles, but you tell it like it is. We all called for Mettenberger last year. Oh, why they didn't put him in the national championship?
That's right.
Well, people just say he didn't come in.
Well, even my boy Lane, he went two times to the spring game and told me how much he shined.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
You know what I mean? I guess maybe
that's the spring game.
They should have played him a little bit last year. They should have got his feet wet or something. I think it's just too much to throw him out there like that.
Maybe because he's like a freshman.
I keep picking on him. I'm sorry, man. I keep picking on you. But
hey, that's what comes with the territory.
Yep. If you want to play with the big boys, you got to get out there.
And I like to say he's like a freshman to me. He doesn't really have. I understand that he's a junior,
that's right,
realistically, but to me he's like a freshman. But real quick, Mettenberger will say
somebody worried about the draft. He's thinking about next year going in the draft.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say it again, Mettenberger. I don't mean you, and Dad will probably agree with me. I don't care what you did in the past. I don't care. If you want these LSU fans to be on your side, win Saturday night. It's that simple. Everybody wants Alabama. We're all mad after the LSU national championship game. We want Alabama. We want Nick Saban. And here's your chance. But okay, let's take a quick break.
Next Monday, Lane. Think maybe we could do a show on it.
By the way,
Mondays is like a good night. I know we got Monday night football.
I'm
real
glad
quick,
you said that. 6 o'clock every Monday from now on is going to be the show start.
That's a good night to do it.
I love it. You're great. By the way, we got Monday Night Football coming up, and that's why
that's right.
I'm off early on Mondays. It works great. Good job, Dad. Monday night will be the new. I know I keep changing.
Monday or Tuesday. We have a problem with Monday. We'll do it Tuesday.
We'll do Tuesday.
After that, it's just the time. You know what I mean?
And you know what? It'll work out great next Monday because guess what? We can break down the LSU game, and we could preview the Saints game.
The Saints and Eagles game.
Yep, we can preview the Saints and Eagles game, which I don't know what we're going to preview, but.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Real quick, commercial break, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the NFL real quick. You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio, and we thank everybody for their listens. We'll be right back after these quick words.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio, hosted by the Cajun himself, Lane. smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio.
Welcome back to Cajun Sports Radio, Week 8 of NFL, Week 9 of college. Can you imagine we only have 1 month of college football regular season left? That is just flying by.
It's flying too quick.
It's flying by too quick and
really quick.
Now,
too fast.
Let's run through the scores. You know, both of us watched NFL all day yesterday. You also watched some guy who likes to call for animals too. But you did watch the NFL. Real quick though, we even talk about Thursday's game real quick. Tampa Bay took care of business against Minnesota. I was impressed with the way they played. It really made us look good at the time.
Right. Yeah.
They got the job.
Discouraging loss. We Boudin right now.
Got the job done, and they beat up on Minnesota 36-17. Okay. How about the debacle in Chicago? Carolina had the lead most of the game. Cam Newton blows it again. They were up by 12 points. Cam Newton at one point even fumbles the ball going in the end zone and got lucky.
He does it every week.
Got lucky, and his receiver picked the ball up in the end zone. And you know it was sad, and even the commentators commented on this. Just walks to the sideline like without thanking the receiver. You know, Moose Johnson, the guy who used to play for Dallas, said that don't make no sense. You know, he should be going to run and thank the receiver for picking the ball up for him, you know.
Not to cut in front of you, Cam Newton, I don't understand, but that was full. The cameras are staying on him. That ain't good to do something like that. You know, it's last year and all. You know what I mean? The people, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. No. He's always complaining. He's blaming his line.
He's blaming everybody. And you know what's sad? He got a man fired last week for the most part.
Yeah, you know that you can't do. I don't understand that, but
he got his general manager fired. And let me tell you something, Cam. Instead of you worrying about everybody else,
that's right.
Something's not right. Something to me looks like your head has gotten too swole. It's gotten too big. Play the game. You're good. You have talent, Cam. Guess what, Cam?
Oh yeah.
You go up against RG3 next weekend, and I cannot wait for that game.
That's going to be a bloodbath.
That's going to be a bloodbath.
RG3 is just going.
Well,
he's playing good ball. I like him.
He is.
He's a good quarterback.
Too. I can't help but like the guy.
I do. He plays good ball.
And okay, let's run to the next one. This makes us look bad. Chargers 6, Browns 7, and this was a bloodbath. This field, Dad, was a monsoon. I mean, if you got to see, now we had bad weather all over the place last week. I mean, this Sunday because of the hurricane. So there was a lot of fields.
Just like the Philadelphia game.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. It started raining in the second.
And there was a lot of fields. There was a lot of fields that were in bad shape. And you seen that. Yeah. There was a lot of fields here. And this, can you believe that? San Diego couldn't even put a touchdown on the board. They lose
7-6.
By the way, I got to credit. We're playing the ESPN song that they played during the highlights, just like they do on ESPN. I got to give ESPN credit in case they come back on me. So this is ESPN. The song is owned by ESPN. All right, let's move on. Now, this is a good game. Seahawks Lions, Stafford and them needed a win, Dad, in Detroit. They found a way to get it done late. Get the job done, 28-24. Oh, this was an unbelievable game.
I seen highlights, Lane, when we talked about it. I couldn't see it.
Wilson looked good. Wilson looked good. Stafford made. Let me tell you something. This Detroit team is not the team they were last year. They're dropping the pass. I mean, they're really not, Dad. They're not the football team they were last year, but they needed to win. They go to 3-4 and keep their season alive. All right. Jags-Packers. Now, the final score was 24-15, but this score really doesn't reflect how close this game was.
No, they had them.
I mean, this game was close. The Jags stayed with them all game.
Yep.
But Green Bay, of course, Aaron Rodgers.
They came back.
Took his
Hey, Lane, real quick. What's the news about Tebow going to the Giants? Let me know about that real quick.
Actually, it's dead. It's dead. It's not going to happen from what I heard.
Okay.
He's staying in New York, but no, that was a big rumor. But he's not going to go.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Colts Titans. You want to tell me a guy who's not getting any credit? Andrew Luck. He is having
First round pick. Right behind, it was him, then RG3.
RG3,
19 to 13.
Good job. And probably the catch and the play of the year by Ballard in overtime, Dad. Dad, you should hear this. You should hear this music in the background. It sounds like we're on ESPN.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds cool. And Ballard catches it and dives. I know you've seen the highlight. That was nice. I wanted to play. That's wanting to play some football, huh? That's wanting to play. And you know what?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You look at these other teams wanting to play.
The Colts, Dad, are 4-3. Nobody projected this. The Colts are 4-3.
Let's shoot one down.
They're playing ball. Andrew Luck wants to win football games, and he is. Right.
He's hungry.
He's hungry.
He's hungry. You know, he done got that big contract. He ready to play. He young.
And you know what's funny? They all said they were having an off year. Hey, this team is in good shape. How awesome must that be? You get rid of Peyton Manning, and the next year you already have another Peyton Manning. You don't even have to wait.
I don't understand that.
You don't even have to wait.
You know, I don't understand all that. But
that's just the way it
know more than me. They do it right.
Here we go. You remember last week? People said the Patriots in the week before are not the team that they were. They said that they had
45 to 6 or 7. They scored 45 points. I know that.
They scored 40, and they did this on purpose. Remember I told you this yesterday? They wanted to show the country. And, by the way, they played this game in London, which, by the way, they almost got stuck in London today till Wednesday because of the hurricane.
Really?
They were almost stuck in London till Wednesday.
That would have been something. In fact, they showing the highlights right now.
Get the job done. 45 to 7. And, hey, I'm still not completely sold on the Patriots, but, hey, y'all want to blow out teams? Have fun at it. Now, this was the debacle.
We could do that.
Yeah. Here was the disappointment of the day. The Dolphins 30, the Jets 9. As the Jets continue to
Rex Ryan did, huh?
He says that I would
Bush come out there and what they all did.
They all played ball. They all played ball.
Sorry, Jets fans. It's all overrated, that.
It is. And let me tell you Rex Ryan's comment. Ryan clearly stated it would be an understatement if I said I didn't see this coming. He said that. And
he's in a bind right now.
And let me tell you something.
They're talking about starting Tebow right now. You know
what I mean? They have to, in my opinion. They have to.
Well, yeah. Got to do better than Sanchez.
Here's the deal. They have a bye week. He claims that they're going to get him involved more. I keep hearing that.
I keep hearing that every week.
You don't bring Tebow in to play on your special teams, and that's what he's been doing. Right. You didn't bring him in for that, did you? No. Use the man. I'm not saying that he's God, but at least try to at least shake things up.
Yep. You're right.
You have been talking great about this team all year, and it's no secret. This is the best team in the NFL. Falcons 30, Philadelphia 17, as Atlanta does no wrong. Unbelievable.
He pitched it, he threw it. It don't matter what they do. They just do no wrong. And they don't give up. The defense, the offense, is just special teams. They just take your hat off on them. They playing some good ball. God, again, they just
playing good ball.
They credit what credit's due. They playing ball. They can beat anybody right now.
I agree. And they don't always do it pretty, because you remember they had problems with Carolina, but we had the same thing in 09. Win the game.
Yeah, but they're getting better every week, Lane.
Yeah,
every week.
They are.
They're getting better to me.
They are. I agree. I think that's a good point. They are getting better every week. And guess what? They're still undefeated, and they're our only undefeated team left in the NFL. And guess what? Right now, Michael Vick made a comment after the game last night saying Andy Reid is thinking of benching him. Which, by the way, Saints fans, this means a lot. It's not going to happen, but I'm just saying. I don't know why they would bench him.
He'll shine the dome. He'll shine.
He'll shine.
Yeah, he'll shine. Because we have no defense to stop him. Mm-hmm. We got to straighten up this week with that magic powder that Vic was talking about. We need to do something here. We got to get a defense on that field, Saints. We got to put a defense. Monday night, everybody going to be in New Orleans pumping, getting drunk. It's gonna be a good game. Saints will pull off, probably. You know, we need to do something. But we need to put a defense. If not, they're going to shine.
I agree.
Okay.
And
especially after a loss like that.
They're going to be mad at
you offensive coordinator or defense coordinator, one of them.
They need a win, too. They're 3-4. Basically, let me tell you something. You know what's interesting? LSU loses Saturday. I hate to say this, and I'm not talking hypothetically. If LSU, basically both our teams could be done by the end of the weekend. LSU loses Saturday, their national championships hopes are over with. Saints lose Monday night, it's all over with as well. So it could be a bad weekend.
We got to, but you know, even if we win our division game, we still gonna have trouble because you can't stop Atlanta.
Nope.
Everybody say Atlanta's overrated. No, they're not.
No, they're not. They're not getting anything. They're underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. This is not all Michael Vick's. In fact, when I watch Michael Vick, it looks like he's trying hard, like almost too hard. I see a lot of effort out of Michael Vick.
Just like Breeze. They trying hard, Lane. It takes more than a quarterback to win a game.
And I agree. A lot of people might, I think it's coaching in Philadelphia, but a lot of people might crucify me for this. Michael Vick, I'm all over that dog stuff. I like Michael Vick. I'm not afraid to say it. I know a lot of people might not like that. I like Michael Vick. I think I think he's fun to watch. But
yeah, that dog stuff's done. Who cares?
But I don't think it's the right move to bench him and put a rookie in. Hey, if y'all want to do it, hey, we'll take it in New Orleans. If y'all want to bench him, hey, I'm not going to argue with y'all. They're not going to bench him.
They in the canoe. Do you got a paddle like us? We in the canoe. You got a paddle. They will not sit down because he's going to break every record Monday night because our defense needs to step up.
By the way, if you didn't hear it at the beginning of the show, the Saints through 6 games have given up more yards than any team in NFL history. Imagine that.
Right. Yeah, so why not leave Vic in? Let him throw.
All right.
Let him throw.
Speaking of
it.
Yeah, you're right. No? Speaking of running quarterbacks, even though they lost the Redskins to the Steelers, RG3 still puts up a good performance, 12-27. He gets a big matchup with Cam Newton next week, RG3, so we wish him luck. The Steelers continue to roll. And by the way, I can't help but be a Pittsburgh fan after what happened to me last Sunday night. Yep. You know what I'm talking about. So, congratulations to Pittsburgh. Their season continues to roll. And, hey, RG3, even though you lost, we're still impressed with you.
Yeah, you good. Can I say one thing? They need to quit running him so much because he's going to get hurt.
I agree.
RG3, quit running. Throw the ball.
Throw the ball.
After a while, they're going to hurt you.
It's true. That's awesome. That's true. All right, we're just gonna give you the score on this. Raiders 26, Chiefs 16. They get the job done. The Raiders. Who cares? Okay, Giants Cowboys. Controversial finish
that
Big
was a good
D.
Another game that they. You know, we argued about it last night. You came. That was a tit for tat call, Lane, to me. I thought he was in.
No, his fingers were on the white, though, which means he was out. You see what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Dallas was already in a bind. They were down 23-0. 23-0. Romo was throwing picks. The receivers, as far as that Dez Bryant, they were dropping passes. The receivers were running bad routes. They come back, take the lead, 24-23. Have a chance to win it at the end. Dez Bryant catches the ball in the back of the end zone, falls down. They call it a touchdown. Come to find out, his hands were in the white. They call it back down. And what did you think about that?
Like I say, after we talked, I kept watching replays. Yeah, it was. But I thought that he was in. The ref did it first. You know what I mean? What can I say? After that, Romo, they were done after that. You know that. We had 2 more plays after that. They thought it was in there, and that would have been something, huh? That would have been a finish.
That would have been a finish. And that's what
that would have been
said,
a finish.
Today, everybody's talking about Dallas's problems. If he had a quarter of an inch shorter glove on or finger, everybody be talking about Dallas coming back.
Yeah, how good they are.
All right.
That media ball.
Unbelievable. Now, we all know about this game, the Sunday night game. Broncos 34, Saints 14. Saints get a pity touchdown at the end of the game to make it 14 as the Saints We all know about this one.
We all talked about it. We'd rather just go on with it. We talked about what we had to say about it.
We did.
We gotta step up and do something, to try to save a little bit of the season.
I agree. Pierre Thomas, now 8 carries, man. We got to be getting more. And he had 43 yards.
Now, come on.
He was running the ball well.
Something, Lane?
Yeah, he was running the ball well.
What are they trying to do here?
They're panicking, and I think they're panicking. And this is why Sean Payton not being there hurts. Exactly, it's coaching. All right, we have a Monday night game tonight. 49ers, Cardinals.
Wait,
Cardinals.
you didn't talk about the Tampa Bay game.
Yeah, I did. That was a Thursday night game. Remember, that was the first thing we talked about.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all.
I'm
jumping ahead.
All right, we have a Monday night game tonight. Cardinals are on a losing streak. They're 4-3. It's in Arizona. San Francisco. The Giants for San Francisco won the World Series last night. So they're happy. They're pumped up.
Wide open.
Can the Niners get the job done? They are favored by 7 points. I say they're going to get the job done. I'm not going to pick the point spread. I like the Niners tonight. Who you like?
Frisco. Oh, yeah.
You like Frisco? Okay, good deal.
San Francisco.
Unbelievable show today, Dad, saying the least. Monday Night Football tonight. About to start in about 15 minutes. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
Unbelievable show. We're going to be back with y'all next Monday, 6 o'clock.
Thank y'all for all listening. And Jay, who called in, we appreciate the call in. And like I said, we're going to try to do this every week. Maybe we might try to do twice a week. Got to see the way our schedules go, but I sure do appreciate everybody listening.
And we appreciate everything about the show. Now, final thoughts, real quick, in case we don't get to do a show again before the LSU game. Can LSU get the job done against Alabama Saturday night? Your thoughts?
They got to hurry up and this week, and they were off last week, do a lot of changes. Mettenberger's going to have a good game, not just him. Let's not put the whole load on him. They're going to have to do a lot of things different.
Coaching.
The way coaching and it's just going to have to be a lot of things different for them to even stay with them, not beat them, to stay with them.
And, I like what you said out of the gate. Let's just go ahead and say it. We're going to get out coached. Let's just go ahead and say it out of the gate. We're going to get out coached. It's just, what can we say? Exactly.
They say, but I'm not putting the Tigers down. Go Tigers. I want the Tigers to win.
We just tell it like it is as football fans.
Just like the Reds.
We tell it like it is as football fans. Yeah. All right, guys. By the way, let's let you get to your Monday Night Football game, which starts in 15 minutes. Go enjoy your Monday nights, guys. And we appreciate everybody who listened. By the way, if you want to go back and re-listen to the show, you can do that on CajunSportsRadio.blogspot.com or Spreaker.com or our Facebook page at Facebook.com/Lane Bruyette or Cajun Sports Radio. Dad?
Thank you, Lane, for having me on, my boy.
Hey, thanks for being... Well, it's not... This is your show. I mean, ain't nothing about being on.
Okay. Well, I sure do appreciate it.
Hey, we're going to have a bloodbath of a game tonight. We enjoyed everybody that listened. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for listening.
Bye-bye.
Are you ready for some football?
Let's go, baby. Monday Night Football.
Smell the gumbo? You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio, hosted by the Cajun himself, Lane.
They fall in line one at a time, ready to play. I can't see them anyway. No time to lose, we've got to move. Steady your hand. Fire your guns, it's time to run. Show me the way.
Pressure, and he's hit from behind. The scoop, they score. Manning launching the deep ball, throws up and brings it in. Look out, right through. Touchdown. Deep ball, cut it. That'll make him feel good. Devin Hester, the punter to beat, all the way.
What a pleasure it is to welcome all of you back inside the Louisiana Superdome.
The pressure comes, but he goes down. Intercepted. Another shot for Jennings.
the gumbo. You're listening to Cajun Sports Radio, hosted by the Cajun himself, Lane.